How's it going, everyone? Before we dive into the video, you might be seeing this image and being like, wow, that is blurry. Yeah, that's intentional. This is not an accident or a whoopsie. This image of Aquatica is intentionally blurry for a really important reason. And that is because we're going to be addressing the Aquatica issues and just how detrimental this DLC for ASE is, because, you know, essentially there's just so much to go into on it. But I have watched a few gameplay videos, checked out what people are doing, just, people who made videos saying, I bought Aquatica so you don't have to, and things like that. I was like, they're just, and I was like, oh, is it really that bad? Because the fact that they titled the video that, I was like, is it as bad as I thought? Because I knew it was not going to be that good. And then I watched the video and I was like, yeah, that is definitely a major waste of money. Like, And here's the thing. I like the idea of Aquatica, I just don't like how it came to fruition. I don't like that it was made for ASE. It should have been made for ASA. Excuse me. It should have been a wildcard project. Now, does that mean delay after delay after delay? Yes, it does, because we know wildcard, we know delays are a thing, and that'll probably never change. But, wildcard does their best to put out good products. They're not always the best, like they do have a lot of bugs they have to fix and everything. But honestly, compared to what Aquatica looked like with all the videos on Aquatica gameplay that I watched, I was like, yeah, Wildcard would never release something this shabby. Like, And here's the thing, I'm not trying to hate on Studio Sirens. I just think that since they had such limited resources, they could not put out a product that was fit. I honestly, if I was a video game developer with limited resources and I saw this is the best I could do, I would have honestly approached my superiors and said, we got to find a way to get more resources, because people are gonna hate this. I can tell you right now, this is going to be a financial disaster, and you may be the boss, but as an employee, as your developer, I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if you get overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam, which is what this game has gotten, overwhelmingly negative. And they're just so dismissive of it, and then this comes out and they're all surprised. Wow, I can't believe you hate it so much. Why do you hate this game so much? You know exactly why. And here's the thing, I like the concept of the game. I just don't like how it came into fruition. I think it should have been a project done by Wildcard. First of all, it should have been done on ASA, not ASE. That's the first thing. Second of all, if it was not done by Wildcard, and if it was done by Studio Sirens, they should have had access to enough resources to make it a decent looking game. And the graphics, there were moments when I was watching gameplay videos where the graphics weren't too shabby. But there were other moments I was like, this is not the best. Like, I felt like I was looking at 2015 graphics. And sometimes I'd look at it and see maybe 2019, 2020 graphics. And then there were other times I was like, no, this is 2015 graphics. Like, that it could be so much better. And that's just honestly, that's just my honest feedback of Aquatica, because a lot of people, I hate throwing the project itself under the bus because it's a neat idea. And it's a creative idea. I love the idea. I just, like I said, I don't like how it came to be. And, if it had been made for ASA, and if it had been made by either Wildcard or a third party that had access to UE 5.5.4, could have made it in UE 5.5.4, made it super playable and everything, would I have then bought it? Maybe. But, you're making something for a quote-unquote dead game. Like, even though there are people who still play ASE because they cannot handle the graphics that ASA requires. Like, ASE is essentially, in the ARK community, a air quote dead game. Like, it's just, if you want to go back and play it, you play it for the nostalgia. You don't play it for content creation anymore, because no one's going to watch your content. Because, unless they're ASA players, I'm not going to watch videos of someone making content on ASE. Like, if they're making content on ASA, sure. But ASE, if they're covering news, like, that's one thing. Like, news like this, like, that's one thing. But if they're actually making a video, I don't see myself, like, personally viewing that video. The only reason I watch these gameplay videos is so I could provide feedback. Did I play Aquatica myself? No. I watched other people play, like Syntac. I watched a good amount of his stream. I didn't watch the whole thing. I skipped around bits and pieces because, like I said, this was so cringe. I couldn't. There's no way I'd be able to watch the whole thing because it was just way too cringe. But that's pretty much what I have to say. And unfortunately, this is gonna leave a stain on ARK's reputation, because new ARK players are going to come in and they're gonna be like, wait, they did this? They actually did this? And it's just it doesn't make anyone look good. It may, even though Wildcard have nothing to do with Aquatica, people who are not really familiar with the video game industry are gonna associate them with Aquatica because they may not know the difference between a developer and a publisher. They may not know, because here's the thing, Studio Siren, Studio Wildcard, they both begin with the word studio. That's bound to get lost in translation. The following part, the Siren and the Wild Card, I can see that getting lost in translation. People just saying studio and not being like, wait, do you mean Wild Card or Siren? Which one do you mean? So, yeah, but hopefully something like this never happens again. And I'm just going to stay positive. I'm hoping that this can be somewhat rebounded. I'm looking forward to the Valguero release and then Lost Colony and all the other DLCs on ASA. Just hopefully those will be big successes. And, because Ragnarok was a pretty decent success, I will say, and hopefully those will also be pretty decent successes to make up for all this nightmare, this whole crazy nightmare. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on this. So yeah, if you liked hearing my thoughts, give the video a like, comment down below your thoughts on Aquatica. Are you pro Aquatica, are you anti-Aquatica? Do you have mixed feelings? I mean, you know, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. But like I said, neat idea, badly executed. So, yeah. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.